taxes are not confusing by accident. They are confusing because misinformation spreads faster than facts. And once a tax myth takes hold, it does not just create confusion. It quietly drains money, time, and peace of mind year after year. At NuTax Services, we see this every single day. People who are responsible, people who are trying to follow the rules, people who believe they are making smart decisions until they realize later that a common tax myth guided them in the wrong direction. Tax myths are dangerous because they sound reasonable. They sound familiar. They often come from friends, family, social media, or advice that used to be true but no longer applies. And once people accept these myths as fact, they stop asking questions. Today, we are breaking down the most common tax myths and replacing them with the real facts NuTax professionals use every day to help clients protect income, reduce stress, and take control of their financial future. You do not need to be a tax expert to make smart tax decisions. But you do need accurate information, not assumptions, not shortcuts, and not rules that only apply to someone else's situation. This is why NuTax takes an education-first approach, because when people understand how taxes actually work, fear disappears, confusion fades, and confidence replaces uncertainty. When people understand the system, they stop avoiding it, they stop guessing, and they start using it correctly. Let us begin. Myth 1: if I earn more money, I will lose money because of taxes. This myth prevents people from accepting raises, bonuses, promotions, and even expanding their businesses. The belief is that once income reaches a higher tax bracket, all income becomes taxed at that higher rate. That belief is incorrect. The tax system is progressive, which means income is taxed in layers. Each portion of income is taxed at its own rate. When income moves into a higher bracket, only the income above that specific threshold is taxed at the higher rate. Everything earned before that point remains taxed at the lower rates. At NuTax, we frequently explain this to clients who feel anxious about earning more. Many people hold themselves back financially because they fear taxes more than they understand them. The truth is simple. More income always results in more take-home money, even after taxes are applied. Avoiding growth because of tax fear is one of the most expensive mistakes people make. Myth 2: if I do not owe taxes, I do not need to file. This myth sounds logical, which is exactly why it spreads so easily. Many people assume that if their income was low, or if taxes were already withheld from their paycheck, filing a return is optional. In many cases, filing is still required by law, even if the final tax owed is zero. More importantly, refunds, credits, and government benefits only exist if a return is filed. At NuTax, we routinely help individuals recover money they did not even realize they were owed, sometimes from several previous years, simply because they believed they did not need to file. Filing is not only about paying taxes. Sometimes filing is how you get your money back. Failing to file can delay refunds, eliminate credits, and create avoidable issues later. Another important point many people overlook is the statute of limitations on refunds. If you do not file a return, you may permanently lose the right to claim a refund after a certain number of years. That money does not roll over. It does not wait for you. It is forfeited. At NuTax, we regularly meet clients who are surprised to learn they missed refunds simply because they waited too long. Filing on time protects your ability to recover what is legally yours. Myth 3: tax deductions and tax credits are basically the same. They are not the same, and confusing them can be costly. A tax deduction reduces the amount of income that is subject to tax. A tax credit reduces the tax bill itself dollar for dollar. That difference matters, If someone owes $1,000 in taxes, a $1,000 credit eliminates that bill entirely. A deduction does not. This is why NuTax prioritizes identifying legitimate credits whenever possible. Credits often create the most immediate and meaningful tax savings. Understanding this difference helps clients recognize where real financial relief comes from and why professional guidance matters. Many people also assume deductions and credits are automatically applied, but they are not. Tax software and generic filing methods only work with the information provided. If something is not entered correctly, it does not exist on the return. At NuTax, we review eligibility carefully because overlooked credits are one of the most common reasons people overpay. Awareness and documentation make the difference between missed savings and real results. Myth 4: if I work from home, I automatically qualify for a home office deduction. Working from home alone does not qualify someone for this deduction. To qualify, the space must be used regularly and exclusively for business purposes. This means a dedicated workspace that is not shared with personal activities. A kitchen table or a couch does not qualify. At NuTax, we help clients determine eligibility carefully because incorrectly claiming this deduction can lead to denied claims or penalties. The rule is simple. Usage matters more than location. Myth 5: hiring a tax professional increases audit risk. This myth keeps people from seeking help when they need it most. In reality, working with a qualified service like NuTax usually reduces audit risk. Tax professionals focus on accuracy, consistency, and proper documentation. They help prevent exaggerated deductions and reporting errors. Audits are most often triggered by mistakes, not by professional assistance. Having guidance helps protect you, not expose you. Myth 6: if I am paid in cash or through apps, the income does not count. This is one of the most common and dangerous myths. All income is taxable unless specifically excluded by law, regardless of how it is received. Cash payments, digital transfers, gig income, side hustles, and online sales all count as taxable income. At NuTax, we help clients properly report income while also identifying legal deductions that reduce overall tax liability. Ignoring income does not make it disappear, it increases risk. Myth 7: only businesses need to worry about deductions. Many individuals believe deductions only apply to business owners. In reality, employees, contractors, and individuals may also qualify for certain deductions and adjustments depending on their situation. At NuTax, we evaluate the full financial picture to ensure nothing is overlooked. Understanding eligibility is key to avoiding overpayment. Myth 8: if I made a mistake before, it is too late to fix it. This myth keeps people stuck. In many cases, prior returns can be corrected or amended. At NuTax, we help clients fix mistakes, recover missed refunds, and correct filings from previous years. Ignoring mistakes does not resolve them. Addressing them does. Myth 9: if the IRS has not contacted me, everything is fine. Many people assume silence means approval. In reality, the IRS operates on delays. Issues often surface years later. At NuTax, we encourage proactive compliance to prevent future problems rather than reacting under pressure. Myth 10: filing late is worse than not filing at all. Not filing at all is usually far worse. Penalties and interest often increase when returns are not filed. Filing late is almost always better than not filing. Myth 11: tax planning only matters at tax time. Tax planning is not a once-a-year event. Effective planning happens throughout the year by tracking income, expenses, and strategic decisions. At NuTax, we emphasize proactive planning because waiting until the last minute limits options. The best outcomes come from preparation, not reaction. Tax myths do not just create confusion. They create missed opportunities, unnecessary stress, and avoidable financial loss. At NuTax, our mission is to replace fear with facts and empower people through education. When you understand how taxes actually work, everything changes. If you are ready to stop guessing and start gaining clarity, NuTax is here to help. Whether you need help filing, correcting past mistakes, or planning ahead, NuTax Services is built to guide you. Like this video, subscribe for more tax education, and connect with NuTax to take control of your taxes with confidence.